Why would you do that? The only time you would hide something from somebody that contains information because you don't want them to know what's in it. And the question you should be asking yourself is, why don't they want me to know what's in it? That's what Apocrypha means, hidden or concealed. But later on, they begin to associate it with the word spurious, which means doubtful, or of doubtful authority, to try to sway you away. Because once they realize, well, we can't hide it, so the next best thing to do is to badmouth it. That's what people do. If people can't dispute something that you are doing, then they try to dispute you yourself, which means they try to attack your character. Well, we can't hide the book, so let's attack the authenticity of the book. The original names of the book were Deuterocanon books, which means in the Greek, second canon. And they were called Deuterocanonical books, not because they were of a second-rate authority, but because they were added into the canon at a later date. They were added secondly at a later date. People don't know this stuff. You got whole websites dedicated to attacking the Apocrypha, and Enoch, and Jasher. And we have addressed this stuff. We can show you that all the stuff they're attacking can be used also against the Bible itself. So if you attack these books, which I'm pretty sure some of you after you declare, going to try to show us something that's wrong with these books, we're going to show you that the Bible says something very similar, if not the same thing, and therefore you have to throw the Bible out yourself too. But we know you're not going to do that. But Apocrypha, page 45. Where it starts, it stops there. Start there, go ahead.
The Old Testament Apocrypha.
The Old Testament Apocrypha. The Old Testament hidden book, because there's some New Testament hidden books too, which we're going to show you. Go ahead.
Apocrypha, concealed, hidden.
That's what it means, concealed or hidden. And that is true of it to this day. To the majority, that's what it is. Hidden or concealed. I'm sorry. Hidden or concealed. What I say? Hidden or concealed?
Hidden or concealed.
Something. Go ahead.
The collection of books to which the term is popularly applied includes the following. The order given in which they stand in the English version.
He's going to give you the list of these books that make up the Apocrypha.
First Esdras, Second Esdras, Tobit, Judith, the rest of the chapters of the book of Esther, which are found neither in the Hebrew nor in the Chaldee.
Right.
The wisdom of Solomon, the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach.
And when it says Jesus, it's not talking about Jesus Christ, it's talking about Joshua. That was a very common name, so that's in the wisdom of Joshua, the son of Sirach. Go ahead.
Or Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, the song of the three holy children, the history of Susanna.
All of these are the books that are found in the Apocrypha. In most Apocryphas, because the Apocrypha we use don't have second Esdras. And we can show you a reason behind that. But go ahead and read.
The history of the destruction of Bel and the dragon. The prayer of Manasseh, king of Judah. First Maccabees, Second Maccabees. The primary meaning of Apocrypha, hidden, secret.
Is that the primary meaning of it, hidden, secret, seems to what?
Seems toward the close of the 2nd century to have been associated with the signification spurious.
Spurious means doubtful. Because at that time they began to badmouth it, and people begin to doubt the authenticity of these books. So now you hear the word Apocrypha now, in modern times, they try to say a doubtful book. But originally it just meant hidden or concealed. Go ahead and read.
And ultimately to have settled down into the latter.
Ultimately things have settled down in the latter definition, which is doubtful, spurious. Is that it?
That's what star is.
Okay. So that's the history of the Apocrypha, right? But we also use another book called the Septuagint, still in the Bible Dictionary. Turn to page 604. And notice that the Bible Dictionary tells us about these books. We ain't going to no separate. We use this book almost every class we do to look up information. Why is this in the Bible Dictionary? Because the people know these books are one part of the Bible. We have to go pull those separate information off the internet and show you, see, this is talking about the Book of Enoch. No, it's right in the Bible Dictionary. Meaning they know about it. Why don't you? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all out there got some Bible dictionaries. If not the Nelson, then you might have the Schofield. That's a Bible dictionary, right? They got all kinds of Bible dictionaries out there. And they all mention these books. Some in a more positive light, some in a more negative light. But they all mention these books. But now we're looking at Septuagint. What does it say?
Septuagint. The 70.
The 70. Because it's based off of the legend that it was 70 or 72 Hebrews that translated the Old Testament Hebrew into the Greek. Go ahead.
The Septuagint, or Greek version of the Old Testament, appears at the present day in 4 principal editions. 1. Biblia Polyglotta Complutensis, or Complutensis.
Now he's reading the 4 versions of the Septuagint. People are thinking, well, there's 4 versions of the Septuagint. How do you know which one the right one? There's also many versions of the translation of the Bible. So that don't even make a difference. Go ahead.
AD 1514 to 1517. 2. The Aldine edition, Venice, AD 1518. 3. The Roman edition, edited under Pope Sixtus V, AD 1587. 4. Facsimile edition of the Codex Alexandrinus.
Look at all these different versions of the Septuagint. A lot of you out there probably never even heard the word Septuagint. Go ahead.
By H.H. Baber, AD 1816. The Jews of Alexandria had probably still less knowledge of Hebrew than their brethren in Palestine.
See, you had some Alexandria Jews that were speaking mostly Greek. And the Jews in Palestine were speaking mostly Hebrew. Go ahead and read.
Their familiar language was Alexandrian Greek. They had settled in Alexandria in large numbers soon after the time of Alexander and under the early Ptolemies. They would naturally follow the same practice as the Jews in Palestine, and hence would arise in time an entire Greek version.
So what they did was, if they were staying in Alexandria speaking mostly Greek, they translated the Old Testament Hebrew into the Greek language. Because the word Septuagint is a Greek word, meaning 70. So they translated to the Greek language, right? That's where the Greek Septuagint comes from. So you might say, well, what difference does it make between the Septuagint and the Meteoric text, which is the Old Testament Hebrew Bible, which is what our King James is based on now? Well, for one thing, the Septuagint included these books that you read about in the Apocrypha. But what they got to do with today? Skip down to what it says right here about the Septuagint and what Bible Jesus and his